Hey, welcome. I had a real good question, a couple of questions actually, about using your legs, and I thought it'd be easier for me to explain it on video than to try to type out a long answer. The first question had to do with keeping your legs moving while the horse is moving. And the gentleman asked me, he said, would not that, if you do that, and that's what I'm doing right here, I'm gently bumping this horse with the top of my cowboy boot as we move. And his question was, would that not desensitize the horse to your legs? And the answer is yes, it will, up to a point. And that's part of why we do it. I do it for several reasons. And this is basically a lot of reining horse trainers ride this way. I'm not 100% sure about dressage, but I think some dressage riders do that as well. So I'm not really bumping this horse. I'm not kicking him. I'm just barely touching him with the top of my cowboy boot. And I'm doing it in rhythm with his walk, okay? If I want him to speed up and walk faster, then I will increase the rhythm of my legs and my body and say, come on. And this is a young colt. He's only got about 20 rides on him. He did it there. It took him a minute. So he's not real responsive like an older horse would be, but he kind of got it, okay? And so, yeah, it's dulling him up to that bumping and to my legs flopping around, which I don't want him to be scared of my legs flopping around out here, okay? I don't want that to bother him. It does not affect my leg cues in any way, because he can certainly tell the difference between a light bump or if I come in leg position 3 and ask him to move his hip. And I touched him with my spur there because he didn't do it very well, but he can certainly tell the difference. And so it does not really inhibit your leg cues. And I'll tell you what, I've had horses come in for training that were overly sensitive to your legs, and you don't want that. You don't want a horse where if you just wiggle your toe, they take off. And this is how I got them over it. If that horse was overly sensitive to my leg, I just put him in a little small circle here, about a 10-foot circle like this, and I just start bumping him, and he'd kind of speed up, and I just gently bend him, slow him down until he quit being, overly sensitive to my legs, because that's really, to me, even worse than being dull to your legs, okay? The second question that he asked me was, why, when you're riding a circle, do you bump with your inside leg, okay? Which is, right now I'm going to my right, and I'm putting extra pressure. Instead of an ounce or two of bump, I'm putting about 2 pounds of a bump on my right leg. The reason we do that, let me see if you can see it if I come right at you, is I want this horse's body bent like the letter C. When he's going around a circle, imagine I'm barrel racing, for example. If I'm going around a barrel, I want this horse's body bent into the inside, to the inside of the turn. And if I'm going to switch the other way, I'll switch my legs. Now I'm bumping with my left leg. My right leg is still on him. I'm not taking my right leg off. I'm just not putting as much pressure. So I'm bumping with about 2 or 3 pounds of pressure on my left leg and about ½ an ounce of pressure on my right. Now what I can do, if this horse starts eking out of the circle, as he did right there, I'll take my right leg on and say, get back over there. Okay? So I'll just conclude by saying this. Here's your horse's job description. Any horse. His job is to stay between my hands and my legs. That's his job description. And we'll spend a whole bunch of hours teaching these horses how to do their job correctly. You stay between my hands and my legs. Walk, trot, lope, gallop. Doesn't matter. Okay, hope that helps.